What happens when a country built on freedom decides to outlaw the nation's favorite drink? A single law turned everyday Americans into criminals overnight, made gangsters into celebrities, and changed US culture forever. This isn't a Hollywood script, it's the true story of Prohibition, the wildest social experiment America ever tried. America in the early 1900s had a drinking problem, a colossal one. Average adults were downing 3 times more alcohol than we do today. Whiskey for breakfast wasn't a joke, it was Tuesday. Doctors prescribed hard liquor for colds. Farm workers sipped rum before operating heavy machinery. Reformers, many of them women who were tired of drunken husbands, looked around and thought, "We have to save our families and our nation." First misstep: instead of tackling addiction or promoting moderation, activists demanded a total ban. Second misstep: politicians realized they could score easy moral points by agreeing. Third misstep: no one planned how to enforce the law in a country with thousands of miles of borders and a national love of bending the rules. By 1920, the 18th Amendment and the Volstead Act slammed the door on legal booze. The US government had just outlawed a product enjoyed by millions while creating a black market worth billions. Problem 1: a crime went viral. Outlawing alcohol didn't stop drinking. It supercharged organized crime. Bootleggers smuggled liquor from Canada and the Caribbean. Rival gangs waged bloody wars, none more infamous than Al Capone's Chicago Empire. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre shocked the nation, 7 men gunned down in broad daylight. And the public couldn't look away. Problem 2: corruption everywhere. Federal enforcement was a joke. Fewer than 1,500 agents for the entire country. Police chiefs, judges, even members of Congress were on the take. Some cities had so many secret bars, speakeasies, that a single New York block could hide a dozen. Problem 3: culture backfired instead of restoring morality. Prohibition made nightlife wilder. Speakeasies became melting pots where men and women, black and white, rich and poor, drank together. Jazz roared, flappers danced, and the old social rules dissolved. Trying to control vice had accelerated social change. Americans are nothing if not creative. Medicinal whiskey prescriptions skyrocketed. Doctors became bartenders in white coats. Churches ordered oceans of sacramental wine. And suddenly, everyone had a rabbi cousin. Vine-Glo grape bricks came with a cheeky warning: do not leave dissolved juice in a dark cupboard for 20 days, or it might turn into wine. Enforcement agents poisoned industrial alcohol to scare bootleggers, tragically killing thousands of ordinary people instead. The law meant to protect Americans was literally deadly. By the late 1920s, the country had had enough. Business leaders missed alcohol taxes, cities drowned in crime, and then came the Great Depression, with unemployment at 25% and banks failing. Banning a multi-billion-dollar industry looked insane. Enter Pauline Sabin, a Republican socialite turned anti-prohibition crusader. Her women's movement ballooned to over 1.5 million members, 5 times larger than the old temperance groups. Even former supporters admitted the experiment had failed. Franklin D. Roosevelt rode that wave in 1932, promising repeal. In 1933, the 21st Amendment ended prohibition, the only time in U.S. history a constitutional amendment erased another one. Americans partied like Americans with legal beer. 40% of federal tax revenue vanished during the ban. After repeal, alcohol-related arrests dropped sharply while legitimate jobs flooded back. Economists estimate that ending prohibition created hundreds of thousands of jobs during the darkest years of the Depression. Even public health improved once alcohol could be regulated again instead of brewed in toxic bathtubs. This isn't just dusty history. The Prohibition era shows what happens when lawmakers try sweeping bans without considering human behavior, from modern drug policy to debates over internet freedom. The same question lingers: do bans fix problems or drive them underground and make them worse? That lesson is more urgent than ever. If you enjoyed this wild ride through America's dry years, imagine how many other unbelievable stories history is hiding. Help this channel keep digging them up. Hit that subscribe button, tap the like icon, and share this with a friend who thinks laws always work. Your curiosity keeps these stories alive, and you don't need a secret password to join the speakeasy.